Hello everybody, welcome to my brand new YouTube channel where today I'm going to be going over pretty much my gear progression and kind of introduce myself towards the MapleStory community. A lot of people don't know who I am, so I thought it was just going to be a really good way to introduce myself by pretty much essentially flexing all the gear that I currently have and all the stuff that I'm going to be working towards on my main character so that people essentially just kind of know who I am, kind of don't know who I am. That's pretty much it. Now, I already know there's going to be a lot of people who are going to ask this question in the comment section down below. Why are you named Lara Beans if you are playing Kinesis? The reason I'm named Lara Beans is mainly because at the time when I made my character, I didn't know Lara was going to be a class in the game. And I just named the character Lara Beans because I thought it was a really good name. And I was like, yeah, why not? Don't blame me, kind of blame Deboki because he kind of inspired the name a little bit. Alright, so before anything, let's just quickly go over the easy stuff that we can go over. This is pretty much my Legion grid. It needs to get changed and things need to get moved around because obviously like there's certain things that are just overlapping. I'm just very lazy in doing that, but essentially some things will be changed around here. Not too much, but it is pretty much the typical Legion grid, which is just 9k Legion and just a bunch of stuff everywhere. The only two Legion pieces that I do have is the Ride or Die Legion piece, which gives plus 35 attack, and the Abyssal Expedition Legion piece, which gives another 35 attack. These are the only like legacy pieces that I do have on this account, and you're gonna quite frankly see that I don't have a lot of legacy items, so I don't have any potable badge or even the totem that was given for the first Abyssal Expedition, I believe. I also don't have that, so you're just not gonna see that. These are my arcanes and my sack. Essentially, max arcanes, it's actually really easy. Just don't slack on doing arcanes and you will get your arcanes done. And over here, we have my Sacred Force, which everything is maxed except for the artillery symbol. And the reason why the symbol isn't actually maxed, and it probably should have been by now, I've been wanting to ensure that once I hit 285, that's when this symbol should be unlocked. So I wanted to hit 285 well before Arteria hits. So, because I don't want to run out of doing the dailies and whatnot. And I'm pretty close to actually getting this to level 11 at some point. It's only like 200 over here, so it's not too bad. I think we will be done this symbol well before the end of the year. So overall, not too like nothing crazy. Mind you, I say nothing crazy because this is a plus 12k stat. But yeah, at some point I will be getting the Crucian symbol at level 285, and hopefully I will be done the Crucian symbol well before I hit Talahart because I want to be able to train a Talahart. So that's just it. Moving on, this is the gear. We're gonna essentially start with the totems. It's pretty standard. This is just all the guild totems that you can possibly wear. I remember not having any single one of my totems from them, and I was doing Black Mage with a bunch of guildies at the time, and they literally told me, why do I not have the guild totems? Because it's free damage that I'm missing out on. And I was like, you know, that's a really good question. Why don't I have this? So I just essentially bought them in the guild shop, and that's basically there. Followed by that, we're gonna go quickly over. We have 22 star Dawn Guardian Ring. This is, again, really easy. At some point, I think I want to go for 23, but I'm actually not really certain if I should or not because there's so many things that like I have to invest in on this character. So it's taking some time. We have Superior Ring, 22 star, not much to really talk about here. This is Reinforced Ring. A lot of people are probably going to question why I even have this ring instead of a Meister ring. Basically, I personally am not a fan of the Meister content, or even just the content of just crafting a lot of the stuff in the game. It's just not for me, and I have not made a single Meister ring on this account ever. This ring is literally only here because I want to replace it with the eventual ET that I will get on this character, and it will have to hit 22 stars for it to be swapped. So that's going to be like a crazy achievement when I hit it, but that's the only way I'm going to slot this, or I'm going to take this out essentially. And I'm not going to go past it. I'm not going to re-cube it because there's just literally no point in doing that. So that's that. Followed by that, we have Ring of Restraint over here for Roar 4. We don't have any Roar 5s, and as well in my equipment over here, we do have a continuous ring just in case, because I don't know, the Kinesis like the Kinesis Discord is kind of weird, because some people say you can run Roar, some people can say you can run Weapon Jump, some people say you can run continuous. I just pick the one that I feel like is the best, and to me, I feel like Roar 4 and Weapon Jump 4 is actually a lot better than continuous. Personally, that's just me, but you take it as it is. Moving on, we have Book. This isn't the best flame for the Book. I've actually seen a lot better like mage flames, but honestly, this flame was here mainly because the last flame that I had, literally for the Pink Bean Cup, was so strong. I think it was like 101 or something like that, and this barely beats out the flame that I had on my last Pink Bean Cup. So honestly, I took it. I said I'll get back to it when I get back to it. So that's pretty much it. Followed by that, we got 22-star Daybreak Pendant. This Daybreak Pendant is essentially only here until I get a 22-star Source of Suffering. Actually, if I'm being real, this Daybreak Pendant is going to be moved into a Superior Pendant at some point, and then that Superior Pendant is going to switch into a Source of Suffering, and hopefully it hits 22. I will most likely be settling on 21 for Source for a very long time before I feel comfortable enough to essentially move it into 22, mainly because once I get rid of this Daybreak Pendant, it's just Source, and losing a pendant slot is just not my motif right now. So this pendant is just extremely temporary. It's here just to serve a purpose, and once that purpose is done, it is done. 22-star Superior, I will have to change the flame at some point, and I have to go for the real int line at some point, but again, that is super far into the future. We'll go back to the weapon in a minute. We've got the belts, 22-star belts, obviously, super easy, pretty good. And that's about it. I think the only thing that, I think the only thing I need to change about this is like the flame, but I'll get back to it when I get back to it. And it's probably going to be replaced when I get really lucky with pitch drops. So that's that. Moving on, we got the Trickster 22-star CRA pants. These pants are only here because I don't have Eternal pants. Currently, I have about 6 more weeks until I get the Eternal pants. And once I get that, literally getting it to even just 17 stars is way better and way stronger than these pants that I have right now. That's the game plan, 6 weeks, and then we get brand new pants. Following that, we're gonna go into the Arcanes. 22 shoes. Everything's pretty much 22, honestly. I don't even really need to explain. But Arcane, 22s. The only thing, I'm not too sure if I want to fix the pot on these Arcanes at all, because at some point I'm going to be moving into getting the Eternal Shoulder, and I believe it's the Eternal Cape, something like that. The glove, not so much, but the Eternal Shoulder and Cape are gonna be at some point. I haven't really looked too much into it, so if anybody has some advice with the Arcane stuff, please let me know in the comment section, because it actually really helps me a lot. And that's about it. The shoulder, as you can see with the shoulder, I hard settled with 26, mainly because 4% stat is a lot of stat, but at the same time though, re-rolling to get a perfect line of like Arcanes is just really hard, and it costs a lot of cubes, so I try not to do any of that stuff. And then we have, again, Golix. It's here until it gets replaced with the eventual pitch at some point whenever I get it. And finally, like, you know, the non-flex items anyways. Twilight Mark, probably the best flame I've ever gotten on like a face accessory, and potential's pretty good. This won't get replaced until I get a Berserk, and even if I get a Berserk, it's actually kind of crazy because I need a really good flame on it and a really good potential for that Berserk to essentially take place here. So that's good. And then finally, we're gonna go through the badges real quick. We have this standard. This is the 18th anniversary medal. Why don't I have the 19th is because I essentially missed a couple days and didn't get the 19th anniversary. So that's literally it. And then afterwards we have fairy hearts and this. I think I have to fix the potential on this at some point, but I'm not too sure if I really want to push it because 3% to me doesn't look like a lot, but it adds up over time. So it's gonna be something. All right, now let's get to the real, like crazy items. I don't think this is like anything too crazy, honestly. This is the Mitras. I got this potential very recently. So 3-line magic attack. Honestly, I'm just really lucky to even hit it. This took a lot of money to hit, and I honestly, it was like make 30 bill, spend 30 bill, make 30 bill, spend 30 bill. That's literally how I had to brute force to hit this potential on this Mitras. So this took some time. This took a lot of time. Followed by that, we got the sub weapon, Princess No, potential. This one was actually extremely easy. I spent like 2 bill on blue cubes and got it within 2 bill. So I was honestly really lucky, and I got this super early as well. I got this before I even finished clearing like H Will, H Lucid and whatnot. So I was extremely lucky when getting this. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. Followed by that, we have the Eternal Robe. It's only 18 stars right now. The potential still needs to be fixed a little bit, but for now, this is actually really good. And as well, I need to fix the flame, but that's here nor there. So it is what it is. Followed by that, we got our third pitch item, which is the eye patch. Honestly, I got to say, I got the potential extremely cheap. I think the minute it went legendary, it was already 3-lined int, which was kind of crazy. So it's good. The only thing I kind of messed up on is actually the seal for the item. I was like, okay, I got a good flame, I got a potential, I got 22 stars. I need to seal this item so I never like touch it again. But after looking into it, I've learned that the flame isn't the best and there are better flames out there for this eye patch. So I need to essentially like wait out the seal, and once the seal is done, I can finally reflame the eye patch. At least that's what I know. If there's a way to like get around that, please let me know, because I really need to like redo this. So, and finally, last and certainly not least, this is actually like my pride and joy hat. This is the Eternal Mage hat. This is so good. The flame could be better, but honestly, it is so strong that I don't really need to greed for the flame. And the double prime line hat, like I don't think I've ever gotten a double prime with a third line on top of it, because obviously like this is double prime here, but with 3-line double prime is wild to me. And honestly, I think the only thing that could potentially change is the flame, but realistically right now I don't need to push to essentially like get the best flame when it comes to the Eternal hat. So I'm really happy with it. I think it's really good. It's going to be here for a very long time. So whew, it's crazy. But yeah, what my plan with this is essentially we get Eternal Pants, and it's just FD gain once it hits 17 stars. And I'm probably going to be waiting until I hit like another 10 so that I can essentially get one more replacement. And then we'll probably be like tapping the weakest set of gear, and then we'll move from there so that like we get 22 here, 22 here, 22 on the pants at some point. So that's going to be my primary focus when it comes to MapleStory, which I'm really excited, and hopefully it gets there a lot sooner than expected. So that's like all the gear. I think for link skills, this is it. There's nothing crazy that I really need to hide here. I think a lot of people know most of the link skills. I am only missing a Thief's Cunning, and I'm probably going to replace this for something else at some point. I just don't know. I think this is going to get replaced with the Mojuan Link skill, because that Mojuan Link skill does and increases your final boss damage by a lot. So it's actually going to be really good. Also, I forgot to show off the weapon because I'm actually kind of ashamed of this. Tier 7 magic attack on the flame, but it could be better in my opinion. So it's nice. It could be better. You know, maybe a little bit of boss damage, but that's so like min-maxing that I'm just not even trying to touch this. And then the potential obviously needs to get changed at some point. What I want is one of the boss lines to change into like a magic attack line. But realistically, from what I've been told from other people, I kind of want all three of them to just be magic attack lines, to be honest. So it would be nice. It would finish the trio, because essentially this would be magic attack, this would be magic attack, and then once I hit this, it'll all be magic attack. And then only other thing that I can really talk about is boss fams. I have not gotten a single boss fam in this game. And honestly, it's kind of reasonable, mainly because I've been so lucky when it comes to things like Eternal Hat, and as well like having 3 set pitch already is super good. So that's almost it, because we still have some items that we have to talk about. So up here we have our 3 destroyed pitched items that I've seen. So essentially the only items for pitch that I haven't seen be dropped is CFE, and that is, I think, the only one. Obviously I can't do Extreme Lotus, so I can't see a TC anytime soon, but CFE and Source of Suffering are the only items that I just haven't seen be done or dropped from any of the bosses yet. So it's really unfortunate. It really is. And I'm going to let you guys know right now, all 3 of these have boomed at 21 stars going into 22. It's actually really aggravating, but at the same time though, it's the game that we play. This is literally MapleStory, so hopefully at some point we get all of these to 22 at some point. If I had settled at 21, I would literally be 6 set right now, but I don't live in that universe. It is what it is, and quite frankly, a lot of people would just say, hey, you never settle 21, so it doesn't even matter. That's all it is. That is currently my account progression. The goal right now for me is to hit level 285, so that's going to be something that I'm going to be doing within the next month. And especially since there's going to be a new anniversary event coming out, it's going to save me a ton of time, because the amount of EXP that I've been seeing that has been circulating within the upcoming patches is just insane. So 285 should be done way before June hits, and I'm really excited for that. And then once that's done, we're going to be trying to essentially start doing more bosses, being e-calling at some point, and then hopefully e-calling becomes so easy that we get to end callings, because 20 weeks to get a piece of gear is just so sad in this game. So hopefully it becomes even faster at some point, and hopefully that it becomes like super easy, which it most likely will. The only thing I haven't shown is obviously my stats. So unbuffed, well, pretty much kind of buffed. We are almost at the 200 mil range. I think the only thing that will actually push me over that is this one over here, which gives like 3% total damage. So we'll be pretty good to get into pretty much most of the bosses. So yeah, 200 mil CP Kinesis. It's just that easy, honestly. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to hit the like and subscribe, and please do know that there's going to be a lot more content coming within literally the next couple of days. So if you are a new player, old player, or just a person who wants to watch some MapleStory stuff on YouTube, then hey, thanks for checking me out. Please enjoy whatever else I post, and have a great day. I'll see you guys later.